Hello my loves and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is your weekly awareness and growth reading for December 18th through the 24th, 2022. But before we begin, we are going to start out by creating a sacred container where we welcome in and we invite our higher selves to please join us at the table, as well as calling upon Christed consciousness to please join us. We command our sovereignty in this time, dimension, place, and space, and we disinvite and we disallow all beings, energies, and entities of less than Christed consciousness. And now we are going to set our intentions by calling forth in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. We welcome to the table and we invite in to join us our angels, ancestors, guardians, and guides, guardians of the four corners, Mother of the Earth, Father of the Sky, and sacred ones. We welcome all of you here now. We ask you, please be present with us and help us to understand and to interpret these messages to the best of our knowledge as we receive them. Thank you. Okay, everybody. So welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, I would love it if you wanted to come back. You can always hit that subscribe button and see when I post new content, or just give this video a thumbs up. I appreciate it so much because it helps get my content out there to people who may not have seen it yet, and I appreciate you giving me a little bit of love. It means a lot to me. If you are trying to find me elsewhere on the internet, you can book a private reading with me at ToniSummersTarot.com, or you can just find me on Instagram at ToniSummersTarot. All the links are down below in the description, and also the links for the decks that we're using this week are below in the description. We're going to use the Good Tarot and the angels and ancestors. And speaking of this, are y'all ready? Let's go ahead and begin. So first message is, since it's going into, kind of a holiday week, we're leading into Christmas Eve for those of us who celebrate Christmas. This is also the week that Hanukkah begins. I believe it begins on Sunday the 18th, I believe. I could be wrong about that, and I apologize if I got my days wrong, but I'm pretty sure it is Sunday on the 18th. Happy holidays to you and however you celebrate. I'm so glad that you are here. So this, I thought, would be the most appropriate time to look at the angels and ancestors oracle cards. So let's begin. Angels, ancestors, guardians, and guides of whoever is watching this, whoever is here with me right now, we ask you, please, what messages do you have for your loved ones? Angels and ancestors, what would you most like to say to your loved one this week? What guidance, advice do we have for them? What do they most need to know to be on their highest and best path? All right. Oh, I love that. This is actually the cover of the deck. You can actually see it's right here. It's the Animal Guardian, and it says, trust your instincts. Hang on just one second. Let me find where they have the guardians. There they are. I think I need to get a sip of tea. I feel like I got a little tickle in my throat. Excuse me. I'm trying not to do that when I'm recording. Okay, everybody. The Animal Guardian, trust your instincts. Trust the powerful animal spirit within you to learn more about yourself and your talents. I actually was just talking to a client about this yesterday, about how our body is kind of like a weather vane. And your body is always giving you signals, and that's your body's way of communicating instinctual information to you. And you just don't understand that sometimes the pain in your back is literally something that you are ignoring, that you kind of put behind you, that you're trying to keep behind you, and this is something you need to address and deal with, and so that's part of it. But the other part is so trusting your body, and to give you instinctual knowledge, give you instinctual wisdom as part of that. The other thing is trust your instincts, trust your intuition as it comes up, okay? And that is really important, because not only will your intuition guide you and lead you where you want it to go, but your intuition has this beautiful, beautiful gift of being able to give you information that nobody else can, okay? This is really linked to your higher self, and so your intuition has a higher vantage point, if you will, and it's really guiding you in a way that nothing else can, okay? So, excuse me. I think that is it, though. I think the tickle is gone. All right, good news. It says you have a powerful animal within you that can be wild, protective, instinctive, and even calm. Animals don't second guess how they feel. They just express it, and you can learn from that. When this card is arisen, it is important for you to connect how you really feel, how you want to feel, and what you really need. So it's taking the time to understand how you're really feeling, what you're really feeling, and what it is you need in that moment, because that's the thing about feelings. It's not just one layer. They're kind of multi-layered, right? And so that's how we kind of understand what we're feeling, what we're needing, and how we are expressing it, okay? Take the time to connect with your animal energy and express it naturally. Let even the fiercest energy move through you before returning to your natural state. It will teach you a lot about your gifts and how you can grow. So really, honoring the energy that you're feeling, but not, it's an interesting energy to allow the movement, the energy to not repress what you're feeling, to feel what you're feeling. But also it's a very beautiful gift to sometimes just observe it, being like, I'm aware that I'm feeling this, and to kind of observe your feelings. And that's part of it. Allow yourself to feel it, and then ask yourself, what are you feeling? What would you like to feel? And what do you need right now? That's beautiful, beautiful advice. So we are going to look at the Good Tarot for your weekly insight for awareness and growth. Here we go. Angels, ancestors, guardians, and guides of whoever is here with me right now, whoever is watching this beautiful video. I can't wait to hear what guidance, what advice do we have for our loved ones here. What do they need to know this week that will bring them to a higher path, to a higher awareness, that will guide them to a path of knowledge and wisdom to bring them happiness? All right, so what is the message for Monday, December 18th? 2022. Thank you. What is the message? I'm sorry, I skipped. I said Monday, December 18th. That's Sunday, December 18th. So this is Sunday, December 18th. Sorry about that. So now Monday, December 19th. What is the message? It's way too many cards. What is the message for Monday, December 19th? Please, Spirit. What is the message for whoever is watching? Thank you so much. And what is the message for Tuesday, December 20th? Thank you. Interesting. Okay. And what is the energy for Wednesday? The message for Wednesday, December 21st. And what is the message for Thursday, December 22nd? Thank you. Beautiful. Okay. Wait till y'all see how this is laying. This is beautiful. Okay. Let's see. We are on Thursday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. That's right. Okay. So Friday, the 23rd, popped right out. And Saturday, Christmas Eve, December 24th. What is the message for that beautiful day? What is the message for whoever is watching? There we go. And what is the overall high point for the week for whoever is watching? Beautiful. And lastly, what's below, what you need to work on for your best path. Okay. And there we go. So starting with, let's talk about the high points. I really always like to kind of lead with the good news. Okay. So we have the 2 of air, the 2 of swords, and the 7 of water, the 7 of cups. So, the good news is there things that you may not have always been able to see easily. Okay. I feel like this is something about point. It's very interesting. I just saw again, your message is trust your instincts. And that's kind of what this is coming down to. There may be points of view this week that you may not have always seen, that you may not have always understood, that you have had a hard time appreciating or just reconciling. And as such, you haven't understood the choices that person has made because their point of view doesn't really make a lot of sense. And so I really think that this week, you're really going to, as you're experiencing outside points of view that are different from yours, and you're understanding why they choose the choices they do, I think that you're going to have some feelings coming up, okay? This is what this animal guardian, trust your instincts, is. And as these feelings are coming up, repeat to yourself again, what am I feeling about this? What do I want to be feeling about this? And what do I need right now? because really and truly, I think that this is going to be kind of an eye-opening. It said this is, it said use your, and I forget how I worded it, but more or less use your intuition to learn more about yourself, to go deeper into yourself, and to learn about others, to experience others. Okay, and so I think that's what this is. You see, if you even look at her, she's got all these animals all around her, but she is not them and they are not her. She can be with them, she can hold space for them, she can be present with them, but she can't fully understand their viewpoint because she's not this owl or this hawk who can fly high. She's not that panther who can see in the dark. So she can, while she can empathize and hold space and understand them, she can't fully get the full concept of what their journey is. And I think this is a time when you're going to be able to understand other people a little bit better, have an opportunity to understand why you haven't, where your feelings have been blocking you from understanding. And also I do think this may be a time where you're getting the opportunity to explore and express yourself with others, to explain what your point of view is, and to really, if they challenge it, which I feel like they might, this is a blessing, okay? Because this is the high point for the week. And the point of this is that challenge to kind of rise above it. Not, when that feeling hits, that emotion hits when they're pushing against you. Instead of, just immediately reacting, what am I feeling? What would I like to feel? And what do I need right now? And focus on those three things. Answer those questions. Give yourself what you need, okay? If you need to take space, if you need to take a break, if you need to take a breath, if you need to take a pause, do what you need to, okay? Protect your emotional health while also respecting yourself and the boundaries of the relationships that you have with these people as you're having these conversations, trying to understand each other, okay? So what do you need to work on? What things do you need to work on for your best path this week? Page of Earth, exploring, and this kind of is very interesting, even though before you have water and air, now you have Earth, beautiful, balancing energy, masculine, feminine, balancing. And also, I didn't even catch this before, but air and water, masculine and feminine, that balance of the logic and the intuition of giving and receiving, of, being able to be understood, of being able to be heard, So that's beautiful energy. There's a lot of balance here that you're going to be focusing on your feelings and how you're expressing them, and really understanding here on all sides, understanding yourself or trying to understand others. It's going very deep this week, okay? And so this kind of goes back to this beautiful page of Earth, this beautiful grounded energy. This is what you need to focus on, what things you need to focus on for your best path. It's funny, it's path because this is what the page of Earth is. It's a new path. And this is a new path towards, the thing I love about page of Earth, he's not that kid who gets a great idea or sees something, goes running towards it. He makes sure he's ready, he's prepared, he's studied, he's got his permission slip, whatever it is he needs, his backpack. He's a Boy Scout. That's kind of the page of Earth, that Boy Scout energy. But what they need you to focus on is, as you're learning about yourself, as you're learning about others, make sure that you have all the information. Make sure that you are grounded in truth, okay? Make sure that you're not, and that's the biggest thing, okay? Being grounded as you're going down this path of self-discovery of yourself and of others, being grounded, because that's the thing. If you're not grounded when these conversations come up, and this is the holidays, and we sometimes are going to have these conversations come up during this time, especially around family. If you're not grounded, it's very easy to react. It's very easy to not be able to hold yourself in highest integrity and accountability and respond by first feeling what you feel, understanding what you're feeling. What am I feeling? What do I want to feel? Do I want to feel this, or do I want to have a better response, better feeling? And what do I need right now? That is a really good question. So this is a very good time to focus on being grounded before you come into these conversations with people, trying to understand who you are, understand who through your choices, your responses, your behaviors, but also understand them deeper. Before you go into this, really, before you go down these paths, make sure you're grounded in the truth. Make sure you are energetically grounded. Cut those cords of energy and negativity from you. ground yourself down into that earth, bring that earth energy into you, ground yourself and bring in, higher level consciousness, your higher self, source energy into you, and really light yourself up, as because that's the thing when you're cutting cords. You want to make sure you are filling yourself back up with beautiful grounded earth energy and beautiful source energy, so that you fill in all those places you cut the cords, so you don't have like open spots where anything can just stick to you. You want to fill it in with beautiful grounded and conscious energy. And so that's the thing. Get yourself grounded before you come into these. Don't come at these conversations from a place of high intensity, high energy, or already angry, already upset, or kind of feeling a little wounded, a little vulnerable, a little unsafe. Okay, that's not the place you want to start these conversations. Okay. All right, let's jump into it, starting with Sunday. So, literally right out the gate, Ace of Air, the Ace of Swords in reverse. And so this can be not understanding, not getting, this could be an awareness of something you don't understand, or somebody could be coming to you saying they don't understand. But this is really kind of not getting that download of understanding. And so all of a sudden you're like, there's something that you're becoming aware of that you don't understand, or that somebody is becoming aware of that there's something about you that they don't understand, that they would like to have this conversation. So this is kind of where the door opens on Sunday. The conversation may not be until later on, but the awareness of the lack of understanding really becomes very clear on Sunday, okay? And then one thing I really love about the Ace of Swords is always remember these are supposed to be, when you look at them, it's like the hand of God, or sources giving you the sword, and like with the Ace of Cups, he's giving the cups, or the Ace of Pentacles, he's holding the pentacle, the wands, in this case, his hands down. The thing about the sword is this is actually the same sword as what we see Archangel Michael holding. This is the sword of truth and justice, and now the truth is down. And so to me, sometimes when the Ace of Swords shows up in reverse, a lie can be coming out. A hidden secret can be coming to the surface. Sometimes, especially regarding families and boundaries, suddenly when there's a crack that's being revealed in the relationship, when a boundary is being established, kind of stuff from the past comes up really quickly. And so it could be that there is some secret, some hidden truth that is being revealed as well, okay? And this may be where the misunderstanding or the trying to understand each other begins on Sunday, okay? Because then we lead right into that with, on Monday, Messenger of Air, Knight of Swords in reverse. And this is argumentative energy, okay? The Knight of Swords is definitely kind of starting some energy. And so, there's two things I firmly believe: if you don't want none, don't start none. Okay? So if you're not trying to start an argument, don't start an argument. And two, I always say, I think it's hysterical. Taylor Swift just put this in a song, because I've said this for years. I don't start shit, but I can tell you how it ends. And that's the thing. You don't start it, but you also might stand your ground. And so that's kind of the energy. This is, let me just get a little clarity. Why is the Messenger of Air here, please? Why is the Messenger of Air here for Monday? The Wheel of Fortune is showing up in reverse. So two things about that. First of all, with the Wheel of Fortune, that is Pisces and Sagittarius, but this is also the sign of Jupiter, or the planet Jupiter, the planet of expansion. And when the Wheel of Fortune is in reverse, that's contraction. And so this is, the energy is being contracted. This is definitely kind of a fighting energy. Also, it's time. It's time for this, unfortunately, it's kind of time for this situation. It's kind of reached the point. This is the number 10. 10 is the end of cycles, the beginning of something new. And so that's kind of what's coming. You've kind of reached, this situation is finally kind of coming to a head, where some understanding of each other needs to be addressed. Some lifestyles, some choices that are being made need to be discussed, so that you can understand them, so you can understand yourself. Okay, that is pretty much unavoidable. It's coming. Okay, so we move into Tuesday. Six of Water, Six of Cups. So the Six of Cups. This is wow. The tarot is very loud this week, and I'm sorry to say it's not being kind, but it does get better. So hang in there with me, all right? All of this is for your best and highest good. I promise. I promise. I promise. Remember, it's not happening to you. It is happening for you. If you can stay in that mindset, that mind frame, it will help. Six of Cups, this is unhealed childhood wounds, unhealed childhood trauma. It can be nostalgia. And so in this case, this is looking back, looking back at our childhood, looking back at when we grew up, at our parents, at our siblings, at our stories that we tell. And so this is very interesting. This is trying to maybe remember that the two of you have two different viewpoints, and that your childhood and as you experience it in your childhood as your parents experienced it are not the same thing. And that if you can listen, or if your parents, if you can ask them to have this conversation with you, because I feel like this is parents or siblings, or it could be that you're talking with your siblings or grandparents. But remember, when they're saying your behavior affected them in a certain way, they're not saying you're bad or good. They're saying this is my perspective of how it impacted me. So sit back and listen, not in the perspective of this is the bad thing you did, but more of this is how your behavior impacted me. This is the impact it had on me. This is the trauma or the wound it had on me. And that's not saying that you're bad or good, but that's how it impacted me. This is really important. Really important, because if you can hear it from that angle, if you can listen to it from that angle, because this is what the 6 is. The 6 is the balance of the materialistic and the spiritualistic, the balance of being in the 3D, of feeling like you're attacked, and the spiritualistic, the 5D, knowing at a soul level this person is not trying to attack you. They're trying to explain to you the impact your behavior had. This is not calling you bad or good. At a soul level, you need to be held accountable for the choices you made, so that then, and only then, one, repair can happen. But repair does not always mean restitution, okay? Repair just means forgiveness and healing, okay? Restitution means forgiveness and healing, but also whatever the party is that had the behavior that impacted the other person, okay? So if it's your parents impacting you, if they want to repair the situation, forgiveness can be given and healing can begin. But restitution means that they actually understand what the impact was on you and are choosing to change that behavior so the impact no longer happens. That's what restitution is. And so that's the thing. What is going to become of this situation? And remember to look at it less as being attacked if you're on the side of this conversation, more as this is how my behavior impacted you, and I really need to hear this, and I want to listen, and I want to listen to understand. Okay? This is a heavy week. Woo, we are already at 21 minutes, and we are only on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Woo. But and this is kind of where I was like, wow, wait till you see what's coming. So here we move into Wednesday. We have the Sun, Leo. This is the card of Leo in reverse. Interestingly enough, the Sun is card number 20. Before we had that 10 pop up, and now we have number 20 popping up, which is double the 10. But whenever you see numerologically, and the number, anything that's a 0, as I like to call it, is the God spark, the creation, the number of creation. It's the infinite. It's the beginning, the end, the alpha, the omega, the whole thing, right? So now we have the number 22 is the number of you, yourself here in this body, connecting to your higher self, realizing you're a body that also has a soul, okay? So this is really kind of an interesting number when it comes to the Sun, because the Sun is not just about, in reverse, this can be unsuccessful. This can be a lack of success. It could also be a lack of awareness, okay? And so it really feels like this conversation kind of moves through the whole week, because it could be a lack of successful ability to communicate, a lack of awareness, but also the Sun is a lot about self-enlightenment, self-awareness. And so this is kind of, it feels like there may be a lack of self-awareness, a lack of self-enlightenment, a little bit of a push of I'm not ready. And I really want you to hear me on this. It could be that you're trying to explain where this impact had really impacted you and what the long-term implications of that has been. And, you may be talking to somebody, and I say this with all love and sincerity, but let's say you are a millennial and you're talking to the boomers generation. The boomers generation has not gone through the last 30 years of the psychological development that we've had, and we've really changed our parenting styles, okay? Where we parent is a lot different from where our parents or our grandparents, how they raise their children, okay? Emotional connection and support is very different. Okay, and so you got to understand, you are trying to explain this impact, and they may not be able to understand it because they haven't even learned all this yet. So the reason the Sun is in reverse here is this may be a reminder to you. Think about when you're asleep and you're in a nice dark room and you're dead asleep, and somebody comes in and just flips on that light switch. What happens? Are you like, oh, hi, well, welcome to my room, good morning? No, first of all, you're, oh my God, that hurts, right? Because it hurts. When the light is flipped on and full capacity, it can hurt. You cover, you cower, you go, oh my God, what? And then you get angry that the person woke you up from the sleep, and why are they hurting you? And your only thing is to defend yourself, to protect yourself. Is this sounding kind of familiar to what I'm saying? Here you are trying to explain this enlightened theory, belief, understanding that you need your parents to understand, and they may not be ready for it. So please remember this when this comes up on Wednesday, that if they're pushing back, if they're fighting, it's because that's what happens when you flip the light on in the dark, okay? It hurts. And you want to run away from it. You want to close your eyes. You want to protect yourself. You want to pull the blankets back over. You want to yell at the person. Sound familiar? Okay, now, we're moving to Thursday, and this is why I thought this was so interesting, because look what we got. The sun and the moon sitting side by side, both in reverse. The moon is showing up here. This is Cancer. In the zodiac is Cancer. In tarot, it is Pisces. So you know what? It doesn't matter. It's one of the water signs. It's also a Scorpio if you want to get technical. So it doesn't matter. But as you see, the moon is in reverse. Notice that this is card number 18. 18 adds up to what? 9. That end of cycle. So that is really what this is very much about. The light is going to be shining, and it's going to be painful, but that light is going to expose old cycles that need to be looked at, ways that we haven't seen. This is going to be very, I feel there's going to be a lot of purging, okay? With the sun and the moon both in reverse, I feel like there's going to be a lot of purging, a lot of, like I said, it feels like this could be the week a lot of family secrets could be coming up, and a lot of truths could be told, a lot of understanding could be coming out. And we're going to be going deep. We're going to be looking at things, like I said, it feels like this conversation starts on Sunday and it's going all the way through Thursday now. And we are really being asked to learn so much about other perspectives and ourselves through this. And I don't know how well you can see, but she's got a blindfold on, right? This is about taking the blinders off and learning to dance together. Learning to appreciate the difference in perspective and what you don't know that you're now learning, and what you didn't understand that you can now know. Okay, that's what this is. This is a beautiful. When the sun and the moon showing up together, these are those higher, heavenly bodies, right? And this is the father and the mother energy, right? And so I really do feel like for a lot of you this has to do with family, but this is the mother and the father energy coming in, and this is that balancing of understanding. And reason and logic and intuition and gut instinct, right? This is a lot of just dancing together and really trying to understand deeper. Okay, so heavy week. Thank God it's Friday. We move into Friday. Oh man, I wish I could have told you it was going to get better. We lead with my beautiful favorite girl right here, the Queen of Wands, the Queen of Fire. She's the drama queen, I am sorry to say, because then we have right underneath her the Hierophant. The Hierophant, this is Taurus energy showing up, and this is really pushing against established systems of authority. I'm sorry. I know. You're like, could we take a breath? No, I'm sorry. No. And this is the 23rd, no less. This is leading right into Christmas. And I believe this is the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th day of Hanukkah. So, wow, happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, everybody. But no, really, the Hierophant is card number 5, and 5 is about change. And so there is going to be a lot of change to the established traditions, the established patterns, the established way authority is seen in this family, and it's going to feel kind of dramatic. The thing about the Queen of Fire is that she burns the motherfucking beep. She burns the house down sometimes, because she realizes that it was never built stably, and we just need to tear it down and start over. Okay, and that's what this is. There's a lot of energy here of really looking at the established systems of authority, the established systems of patterns in our family, the way we've always done this, and saying just because we've always done it that way doesn't mean we always have to do it that way. And so there feels like there's a pretty big shakeup coming in on Friday. And take a deep breath, okay? This is just one day and you'll get through it. You will get through this, okay? So we end, and I have joyful news and noise to make, in fact. 9 of Earth, Christmas Eve. All right, we're closing the week out much better than we started. The 9 of Earth, this is some stability coming, and this is really everybody getting what they want. Now, I don't mean everybody gets what they want. In some ways, when the 9 of Earth shows up, this can be a little bit of a narcissistic, self-centered energy, okay? And so for some of you, you may still be in the depths and the throes of dealing with a narcissist or self-centered person who isn't very objective, who isn't really willing to bend. For some of you, okay? But I'm happy to tell you that for the vast majority of you, that is not what this card is. This is just really finally getting what you want, whether it's an apology, whether it's somebody understanding, whether it's a change of behavior, whether it's a closing of the door. Okay, you're really focusing on, because 9 again is the number of change. Okay, it's letting go. It's not the number of change. I'm sorry, that's 5. It's the end of cycles. Okay, so this is the ending of cycles, so that you can get what you want, so that we can finally get some stability. Earth. Let's just get a little clarity here on this 9 of Earth. One more thing. What else do we need to know about Saturday, December 24th, 2022? When it comes to this 9 of Earth, what else can we tell whoever is watching? There we go. Last 2 cards. Yes, the 3 of Fire reversed, the Queen of Air reversed, right? A lot of old heartache, a lot of old grief, a lot of misunderstanding is going to be, I think, let go of. Okay, this is going to be the end of these cycles, okay? It's interesting, you know, we start out at the very beginning with the woman wearing the mask, and we end with the woman wearing a mask. But this time, if you notice, the first mask, and I don't know how well it comes across on this deck. Let me kind of... Well, okay, I know you can't see very well, but trust me when I tell you, she can't see through that mask. It's covering her eyes completely. She's totally blind, okay? But notice on this mask now she can see. Now we and also she's bringing a yellow, well, I don't know if this is a rose or just a yellow flower, but yellow is a symbol and flowers of friendship, right? Of peace. Oh, well, white's really peace, but friendship. And so this is a friendship offering, a stability. We can really start to see eye to eye now of the things that in the past we're going to let go of. This is the 3 of Wands, of not being able to move forward because we didn't understand each other, of feeling stuck. And whether moving on is together or apart, it doesn't matter. This is finally being able to move forward. We're not, before we weren't able to make plans because we couldn't see. We couldn't figure out how to heal this. We couldn't figure out how to even have a relationship with this person. Now, where this confusion was before, this misunderstanding is now clear. Okay, so I just feel like this is going to be probably an emotionally challenging week for the vast majority of us, and I feel like this week always is in some ways. But the beautiful thing is the end of the story. There is the stability. There is this new path forward that you choose. There is ending of cycles. There is healthier boundaries in place. Okay, and believe it or not, we're talking about Earth, that beautiful mothering energy, but also that stable energy, okay? That fortuitous energy that gives us abundance and wealth. That energy is where we're moving into, okay? All right, I am so grateful for each and every one of you that was here. If I don't get to see you before the holidays, I hope you all have a very wonderful holiday season. Merry Christmas to those of you who celebrate. Happy Hanukkah to those of you who celebrate. And I think I'm going to be back before Kwanzaa, so I'll hold off on that one. And also, Happy Yule to those who celebrate. And anything I might have missed in between. Happy, happy, happy to all of you. I love you so much. You are my gift. You being here, your presence is my presence. So thank you for this beautiful present of being here. I love you so much. Be sure to like, subscribe, or share this with somebody who might find it helpful. I look forward to seeing you next week. Much love. Bye, y'all.